Hello students, welcome to my channel LP Edutech. Now, if you are really new to my channel, please like, share and subscribe it. Now we have been learning the lesson number 4 of Civics Standard 8, Judicial System in India, that is Indian Judicial System. In part 1, we have seen the role of the courts, why there is requirement of the courts, the function of the courts as well, and even the structure of judiciary in India. What is the structure? We have a Supreme Court, High Court, then District Court, and we have gone for the importance of Supreme Court. We learned about the Supreme Court. The Chief Justice of India, that is CJI, is head the Supreme Court, as well as we learned about how the Supreme Court should work, and we learned about the features of the Supreme Court, how the judges are appointed, how their salaries is given, what work they should do, what are the qualifications to become the judge. Even we learned about the judicial activism, how actively the judiciaries work and how it reaches to the common people, marginalized section of the society, women, tribal workers, farmers and children. Even we learned about the public interest litigations and the functions of the Supreme Court. What are the functions of the Supreme Court that we have gone through? Judicial review. Now let us learn about the judicial review. Now in the second part of this video, we are going to learn about the judicial review, then public interest litigation, its reference, High Court, function of High Courts, District Court and lower courts, the branches of law in India, what is civil law and criminal law. So difference we are going to see. So turn towards the judicial review. Now listen carefully. One of the most important responsibilities entrusted to the Supreme Court is the protection of Constitution of India. So Supreme Court needs to protect the Constitution of India. Now you are aware that the Constitution is the fundamental law of the nation. The Parliament cannot pass any law that violates the Constitution. Every act or policy made by the executive should also be consistent with the Constitution. If any law passed by the legislature or any act of the executive violates any provision of the Constitution, the said law or act is declared illegal and struck down by the court. This power of the court is known as judicial review. In short, whatever laws are made in the Parliament or by the executive, they should be fitted according to the rules given in the Constitution. Okay, it should not violate any provisions of the Constitution, and if it violates, the person can reach to the court against the particular law for getting justice, and court can review the decision, whatever decision is given by the authorities or the executives. The decision can be reviewed by the court, whether it is right or wrong, is it fitting according to the law set by the Constitution. So that review is called as a judicial review. Now let us learn in short about the judicial review. It is the power to examine the laws and actions of local, state and national governments and to cancel them if they violate the Constitution. If the laws made by the state government or the supreme government, state government or the central government, and if they are not according to the laws written in the Constitution, so that laws can be examined by the High Court or the Supreme Court. They can check whether it is right or wrong. So reviewing this activity is called as a judicial review. Now listen carefully. The public interest litigations. Now what is the meaning of this public interest litigation? PIL. It refers to litigations filed on issue of public importance by individual citizen, social organization or non-governmental organizations on behalf of all people. That means it can be filed by any persons on the issue of public interest by the individual. Even any individual can file, even any social organization can file this case in the court, even non-government organization also can form, that is NGO, on behalf of the all people, and the court thinks over the questions raised and gives its decision. Now what topics comes under it? It comes under trust, equality, freedom, hope, peace, justice, role of law, dignity and prosperity. All these topics are covered here. Now what is PIL? Let us try to understand, that is public interest litigations. Public interest litigations are those litigations that are conducted as per the common interest of the public in order to solve a grievance, that is a complaint. Public interest means to the benefit or advantage of the community as a whole. Public interest, that is benefit of or advantage of the community as a whole. Now litigation means what? It is a process of taking legal action in a court of law with the object of enforcing a right or seeking a remedy. So it is the meaning of litigations. What? It is the process of just taking legal action in a court of law with the object of enforcing a right or seeking the remedy. Just for getting a remedy, take a legal actions. Thus, a legal action initiated in the court of law for enforcement of a general interest in which a class or community has pecuniary or some interest is known as the public interest litigations. Now, it is the use of law to raise issues of a broad public concern in order to advance human right and equality by aiding the disadvantaged group of individuals or minorities. Next point, High Court. The Indian Constitution confers the Parliament with the power to establish a High Court in each constituent state in the Union. That means the Indian Constitution has given the permission to establish one High Court in every state of the India, and High Court in the state is the supreme body for the legal decisions. There are currently 24 High Courts in India. There is a Chief Justice along with the other judges in the High Court. All judges of the High Court are appointed by the President. So President appoints the High Court. Keep in mind. Now let us understand functions of the High Court. What are the functions? To supervise and maintain control over the lower courts in its jurisdiction. That means they keep the supervision and they maintain control over the lower courts. Now which are the lower courts? The district court, okay, Nyaya Panchayat. Now basically the district court, it keeps the control on the district court, which is at the district level. Authority to give orders to protect fundamental rights. The High Courts can give the order to the authorities to protect the fundamental rights, it not to be violated. The government seeks the advice of High Court while appointing the judges in the district courts. So the governor, who is the supreme of the state, he appoints the judges by taking the advice of the governor seeks the advice of the High Court while appointing the judges in the district courts. Now district and lower courts, and even what are the other functions we can see here? The composition, the Chief Justice and the other judges. Number is decided according to the size of the state, appointed by the presidents. Now what are the qualifications required? It required he must be the citizen of India, in judicial office for 10 years experience, advocate of High Court for 10 years, or 2 or more courts in the succession he must be, and retire on completing 62 years, or can be removed by the impeachment. I already told you, if he violates the law set by the Constitution and if he done some misappropriate activity, so he can be removed with the help of the Parliament. So that is called as impeachment. Now let us understand about the district and lower courts. District and lower courts. So these are the courts at the district and the tehsil, that is taluka level. The people generally go to these courts. Every district court has one district judge. The branches of law in India. Now there are two main branches of law. One is civil law and another is criminal law. Keep in mind, civil law and criminal law. Now what comes under civil law? Now what is civil law? Let us see. This law deals with the conflicts which affect or interfere with the rights of person. So this law deals with the conflict or the problems which affect or interfere with the rights of a person. For example, the conflicts regarding land and property, rent agreement, divorce, etc. Now, after filing a petition in the relevant court, the said court gives a decision. In short, the matter includes in the civil laws are not related to the blood and shed activities. Okay, these are the disputes, generally disputes regarding the land, property, agreement, divorce. Okay, so the disputes needs to be solved. And in criminal law, now what comes under criminal law? Let us see. The serious crimes are dealt under criminal law. For example, theft, robbery, dowry, murder. So it is related to the bloodshed. Okay, bloodshed activities. Deal, that is theft, robbery, dowry, murder, etc. In these cases, the first step is to file a first information report, that is FIR. First information report, it is called as a FIR, with the police. The police investigates the matter and then a petition is filed in the court. That means only for criminal law, first you need to report an FIR, file FIR, then police will investigate the matter and then the petition filed in the court. If the charges are proved, there are provisions for severe punishment. In criminal laws there are punishment. Okay, if it is proved. The Indian judiciary has made a significant contribution in development of the country. Common people have a lot of respect and trust in the judicial system. The judiciary in India has protected individual freedom, the federal system, and the Constitution of India. Courts have played an important role in the strengthening the democracy in India. So here, in this way, our lesson ends here. So our lesson ends here. If you really like my video, please like, share and subscribe it. Thanks for watching.